Effective IT governance depends on a well-defined governance framework that establishes consistent operational behavior and ensures that technology resources support enterprise objectives. Two fundamental components of this framework are IT policies, standards, procedures, and practices, and a comprehensive enterprise architecture, EA, that aligns business strategy with information technology capabilities. Together, these governance mechanisms promote consistency, regulatory compliance, operational efficiency, and long-term organizational resilience. IT policies, standards, procedures, and practices. IT governance translates strategic objectives into operational activities through a hierarchy of governance documents that define organizational expectations and responsibilities. Policies, standards, procedures, and practices collectively establish the framework within which IT services are designed, implemented, operated, and controlled. According to CISA governance principles, policies define what must be accomplished, while avoiding detailed implementation instructions. Policies are approved by senior management and provide durable high-level direction that remains relatively stable despite technological changes. They establish organizational expectations, assign responsibilities, and communicate management intent across the enterprise. Typical IT policies address development methodologies, operational practices, project management, incident management, vulnerability management, documentation management, and organizational roles and responsibilities. An effective IT policy framework generally includes governance and accountability, information security, software acquisition and development, change management, IT operations and service management, incident response, backup and recovery, asset management, risk management, regulatory compliance. Unlike policies, standards establish mandatory technical or operational requirements that ensure consistency throughout the enterprise. Standards specify measurable criteria such as password complexity requirements, encryption algorithms, naming conventions, network configurations, logging requirements, or system hardening baselines. Standardization reduces operational variability, simplifies maintenance, improves interoperability, and supports regulatory compliance. Procedures provide detailed instructions describing how specific activities should be performed. Procedures translate policy objectives into executable steps that personnel follow during daily operations. Examples include account provisioning procedures, incident response workflows, backup execution instructions, patch management activities, and system deployment processes. Because technologies evolve rapidly, procedures are revised more frequently than policies. Supporting these governance documents are operational practices, representing the actual day-to-day execution of organizational processes. Practices reflect organizational culture, operational maturity, automation capabilities, and accumulated experience while implementing policies and procedures consistently across the enterprise. From an audit perspective, governance documentation should exhibit several characteristics: executive approval and ownership, clear assignment of responsibilities, alignment with business objectives, regulatory compliance, version control, and periodic review, effective communication to personnel, consistent implementation and enforcement. The IS auditor evaluates not only whether policies and procedures exist, but also whether employees understand them and whether operational practices demonstrate actual compliance. Well-designed governance documentation supports accountability, minimizes ambiguity, and strengthens internal controls throughout the organization. Enterprise architecture, EA, and considerations. Enterprise architecture, EA, provides a structured blueprint describing how business processes, information, applications, infrastructure, and technology collectively support organizational strategy. EA enables organizations to manage technological complexity while ensuring that IT investments remain aligned with evolving business objectives. Enterprise architecture encompasses both the organization's overall technology ecosystem, including networks, systems, applications, databases, infrastructure, security controls, and information flows, and the strategic planning activities that guide future technology development. Effective EA requires standardized technologies, consistent configurations, integrated architectures, and governance mechanisms that support organizational objectives. One of the most influential enterprise architecture models is the Zachman framework, which organizes enterprise architecture into multiple perspectives and levels of abstraction. Beginning with high-level business concepts and progressing toward detailed technical implementation, the framework systematically describes enterprise data, business functions, technology infrastructure, organizational relationships, timing, and strategic objectives. This layered approach enables executives, architects, developers, and auditors to analyze the enterprise from complementary viewpoints while maintaining architectural consistency. Closely related to EA are data flow diagrams, DFDs, which illustrate how information moves between applications, systems, and organizational processes. DFDs help business managers and technical personnel understand application interfaces, information dependencies, processing sequences, and system interactions. Complementary data storage diagrams document where enterprise information resides and how data repositories relate to business processes, facilitating governance, security, and compliance analysis. From a governance perspective, enterprise architecture supports business and IT strategic alignment technology standardization, improved interoperability, cost optimization, risk management, digital transformation initiative, scalability, and future growth, security and regulatory compliance. For IS auditors, evaluating enterprise architecture involves determining whether technology investments support organizational objectives, whether architecture standards are consistently applied, and whether system integration, security controls, resilience, and information flows adequately support business operations. Effective enterprise architecture provides a strategic foundation that reduces complexity, enhances governance, facilitates regulatory compliance, and enables organizations to respond efficiently to technological innovation and changing business requirements.